What's up, guys? Welcome to Blake's Garage. So today we are driving my new 2017 Audi S3. I'm gonna take you guys on the loops real quick because I feel like that's a good spot to kind of just show the different things that this car can do. So real fast, we're gonna hit the drive select button. Right now I'm in dynamic mode. I'm gonna go into comfort mode. What that's gonna do is quiet down the car a little bit. Also, it makes my throttle response less responsive. So I think, I'm not totally positive, but I think that it has a different map and basically gives you a little bit less power. At least that's how it feels when you press on the gas pedal. I haven't looked that up, so if you guys know, otherwise, let me know. But anyways, it also changed the dampening on the car, so basically the car will get a little bit softer. So it's really nice actually driving on the freeway, as you can or can't hear compared to my 14 WRX. The car is definitely a lot quieter. So what I'm gonna do first is we're gonna hit these loops over here because I always feel like this is a great little spot to kind of test out the suspension. Stability control, traction control is all on. We're gonna play around with it a little bit and I'll kind of just turn those things off. So first off, going into the corner, this is in comfort mode. Definitely some pretty good, some pretty good body roll in this position. So we're gonna come on out. I could definitely feel traction control kicking on in with the throttle applied out of the exit of the corner. Now I could feel definitely quite a bit of body roll like I stated before. The car definitely doesn't feel super planted in the comfort mode, which makes sense because you're looking for a comfortable ride. So we'll go a little bit harder. Okay, so this is stability on, a little bit of understeer, which is fine. And kind of cool because, the way it's working, it's keeping me in the zone, which is good. It's keeping my throttle in position. Now that was all off throttle, so let's do a little lift off and see what happens. You can feel the butt of the car rotate a little bit. Okay, so now we are gonna switch over to dynamic mode, and instantly the car stiffens up. I can feel the response in the steering. The steering stiffens up. I forgot to mention that earlier. The suspension stiffens up. The steering definitely gets a lot stiffer as well. The car will auto blip with the dual clutch. It basically keeps you in the proper rev range. It keeps you going good. And I have no complaints about this dual clutch transmission. It's actually really awesome. It does exactly what you want it to do if it was, a manual car, let's say, and you're driving it in a high performance manner. So I'm gonna get on it a little bit more. Now you can see, I don't know if you can hear it, but the exhaust has definitely toned up quite a bit. It's gotten a little bit louder. Not sure if you guys can tell the difference on the video, but I definitely can in the car. Definitely sounds a lot more, sporty and that sort of thing. So it sounds really cool. So we still have traction control on. There's definitely a sharper feedback in the gas pedal with the actual acceleration of the car. This thing has a twin scroll turbo, so it's got really good low end torque. So it really rips you out of corners, which is really nice. See if we can get another open corner coming up here. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the traction control. We are gonna turn stability control is on, but traction is off. And you can press and hold it down for a little bit longer and everything is gonna go off. So stability control is off and traction is off, so great. We can see we have a little bit of a warning there, and we'll see how the car performs like this. I imagine when I felt it before, the car will rotate a little bit. Definitely, a little bit of that lift off scenario. So let's see what happens. Yeah, right off the bat, car can actually rotate a lot more. This is actually the first time I pushed it on this area. So coming out of the corner was really good. It's feeling great. Coming into the corner, yeah, it's feedback in the wheel is, I will say, a little bit numb. Let's see if we can get this thing to kind of lift off a little bit. Yeah, just a bit. Staying up in the revs. I have to say that the car up in the higher revs, it doesn't pull as hard. You know, you definitely notice that torque drop off on the S3. It's really a low end monster. I mean, I don't know, around 2,000 RPM. I mean, this thing just freaking pulls out of the hole. You know, once you start getting higher RPMs and things like that, it doesn't go as quick. But that dual clutch is just awesome. I really don't even have to mess with the paddles. If I want to, I mean, shoot, you can even mid corner blip, which is really nice. Something you wouldn't be doing with a manual car necessarily. And look at that, like that's some trail braking. I got a little bit of rotation there, which is great. And yeah, this thing feels really good. I can't wait to put it on an autocross. I think it'll be really awesome. And let's do a little bit more stuff. We want to talk about a little bit of the other features that the car has. You know, as far as the transmission goes, yes, this car is only available in a dual clutch transmission. There's not a manual option. Some people may say, well, why didn't you get the Golf R? Well, I didn't buy a Golf R because I think a Golf R is, sorry guys, but ridiculous. I think it's a girl's car. You guys might think this is a girl's car, that's fine. But I like the S3 because the S3 is basically the size of the old S4, the old B5 S4, which I thought was a great size. The new S4 is kind of huge. It's basically the size of the old A6, which was a pretty damn big car. Now all these cars are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's just kind of the way it's going. So you kind of have two options here. You can flip it over like this, and you can hit the gear shifts. You know, we're seeing it blip down. We give it some gas, it clicks. You know, it's very, very responsive, and it does exactly what you want when you want it to. So look at that. Here's a blip, next gear, next gear. Very easy. Smack that back into drive. Awesome, no problems. Now we're in sport because we are still in dynamic mode, which, like I said before, is the sporty mode on this car. The next thing you have is you got the paddle shifters, obviously. Same scenario there. You can put the car into a manual selection mode. It's gonna hold that gear for you. So like, there's third gear, right? There's fourth gear. It shifts very, very well. And when you give it like, if you give it a blip with no gas, it's gonna blip the downshift. It's gonna rev match it for you, which is really cool. That's not something that I have an issue with in a manual car. So if you guys are like, oh man, it's just because you don't know how to drive manual. Look at my past videos. I probably know how to drive manual better than you do. I have no issues with heel toe downshifting or rev matching downshifts or any of that fun stuff. So I can definitely drive a manual car as well. But coming from me, this car, you know, I'm not a big automatic fan. However, dual clutch fan, I am a fan of. Because dual clutch transmission they're just really awesome. I mean, it's basically, you got no clutch pedal, it's doing everything for you, and it shifts faster than you can shift. If you can shift faster than this car, you're crazy. I don't know. I highly doubt that you could shift faster than a dual clutch car. It's just not really possible. Your arm doesn't freaking move that fast. But yes, there are advantages to a manual transmission. You can do other things, right? You can kind of manipulate things. You can clutch kick the car if you want, let's say. You can do different sort of launching scenarios and stuff like that. However, this car also has launch control. So I think we'll just go to a little spot and we'll try that out right now. The brake, I'm at the gas. Boom. There it is. That's a launch there. So also the car sounds really good. I do have a cold air intake on it. So that's nice. This car is really awesome. I'm really enjoying it. It's super cool. If you guys want to check out my other videos, I have older videos of my 2014 Subaru WRX that I used to have before this car, and then I've been doing a build series on my BMW E30. That is like a track drift build. Just got the car caged, whole bunch of stuff's been going on with that car, racing seats, you know, everything. Gonna be doing a manual swap here coming up. And yeah, so look forward to seeing that stuff. So click that subscribe button below if you guys have not, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Later, and wrench on.